So tell me a little bit about how you guys came up for this idea because I have personally never heard of a virtual beer festival before.
Yeah, it just kind of came to us like we saw a lot of people online, kind of like bored at their house, and we're like, how can we do something that feels like an actual event or something that we do, but do at the comfort of your living room? So we put together an idea to do this virtual beer tasting where we'd go film the beers or these brewers and representatives talking about the beers or the ciders they're offering, and then get these bands to kind of still live perform, but not like not like a performance or anything like that. So kind of piece it together so you feel like you're an actual beer festival, but it's in the comfort of your living room.
So I think a lot of events have been just postponing. What made you guys all decide we're not going to postpone this by a few months or a year? We're going to still find a way to make this work, but in a way that's still safe for everybody.
Well, actually, it's funny. We didn't actually have these events scheduled. We postponed all our in live events until until August, September this year. This is kind of just something like, hey, the industry needs something right now because people just like anybody you talk to just like have nothing to do. Like I wake up and it's Friday, Saturday night, and I feel like I'm not doing anything. So we want to kind of give them this thing to like look forward to. Hey, Saturday night, this is happening. That's why we created that whole live kind of premiere link where it's you only see it once. It's almost like a movie premiere. You're only going to once and you got with everyone, but it's only for those 2 hours, that 2 hour time frame.
So it's a live link, meaning after 9 p.m. on the 25th, when you watch it, it'll be like, sorry, this already happened.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll
So
have this 2 hours only. Yeah.
what does it get me if I were to sign up? I understand that I will get some beer samples mailed to my place, or I can go pick it up, right?
Yeah, so you actually get 10 full beers. They're anywhere from 12 ounces to 16 ounces. And then some of the brewers dropped off some swag. So you get some coaster stickers. Some lucky people get koozies, some glasses. And then from there, you get a video link. So you get to go on live with these brewers, these ambassadors. So you can ask them questions. You can taste with other people, just kind of tell them your notes. There's 2,000 people. So you may get a lot of people commenting, but you can at least get the explanation from these people involved with the project.
Is registration closed?
For San Diego, it's gonna be in about 2 days. We have a sellout capacity that we can
Okay.
handle. That we had to get this beer specifically from brewers, and they had to allocate this to us. So yeah, I think by the end of the weekend, maybe Monday or Tuesday, we'd have to kind of just close off registrations.
So I know you touched on this a little bit already, but other than beer, what are some other elements that are going to make people think, oh, it's kind of like a real beer festival, other than just, sitting there and drinking a beer in your living room?
Yeah, for sure. The way we set up this video, it's more interactive. So there's interactive gameplay. So we're doing things. I don't want to spoil too much, but we're doing things to keep you like stimulated, that you feel like you're interacting with people in a live setting.
Mhm.
And then the band's gonna be talking directly to you. So it's made for that. You just not to sit there like a movie and like this. You're made to interact with like the brewer's talking to you, and you're tasting that beer now. So and then he's gonna explain to you about the notes. And he's gonna hype up his certain product, his or her certain product. And then from there, you just go on. So it's kind of formatted to fit what you would think of as an interactive event.
I see the poster from behind you. Are you from Encinitas? Does that say Encinitas on
No,
there?
I'm in Stevens right now. Yeah, no, it is. It's actually my family's beach house. So
You're where?
and from Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know that I looked at all the different virtual beer festivals, and I noticed that you guys were really passionate about picking local breweries and family-owned breweries that are kind of local to San Diego County. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so there's a lot of breweries. Like we got started in Vegas originally, and then our second biggest playground was San Diego. Um, so when we first started, there's a lot of breweries that kind of helped us and been with us since day one. Like we were just a whole bunch of kids out of high school back then, and they kind of grew with us, and so we wanted to give back to them. Some of these guys have gotten big, like Ballast Point's one of the brewers that when we originally were doing it, they were smaller brewery back then. Now they're
Mhm.
obviously huge, gigantic, but like some of the other ones, like brewery like Ciders, they're from North Park. They're a small little tasting room. It just shows you like we have different friends and partners in the industry, and we wanted to give back to them. Like basically, we're buying their products, so they're getting supported by this event. It's not like, hey, donate to us, and it's not like that. We're trying to support the local community between bands, the brewers involved, and the cideries involved.
So the bands themselves are also locals?
Yeah, they're locals.
Okay, really cool. Do you have a lineup out yet for the bands, or is that a surprise?
That's a surprise. There's a couple of them.
Okay.
So the two that are from San Diego, they're both they're born and raised San Diego kids.
So I know that this is the first time a virtual festival of this kind has come to San Diego, but have you done any beer festivals virtually in any other cities yet, or is this the first one?
The first one, we'll be testing in Orange County this weekend. So by the time it comes to San Diego, any kinks that might have come out between this weekend, we'll have fixed by the time it goes virtual for
What
the
are you
next.
most excited for?
Just to see people's reactions. We're working like 20 hours a day. There's 13 of us on this project, so we're really excited. We're passionate about what's going to come out. So we've been looking at everything to like, hey, this is the way we should put out the breweries. This is the way we should put out the boxes. This is what needs to go into them. So just to see everyone's reactions when they finally get to view it is, I think,
Ha-
what we're excited about.
And what's your capacity? A few thousand people?
2100.
2,100. That's a lot of people, but I guess people won't be driving. So,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no DUIs.
so people will still be safe when they're drinking their different beers. Is there anything else that you want to tell me? Anything else that's different about what you guys are doing other than the entire idea itself?
Yeah, no, it's just something that came about. Like our group meets and discusses different ideas. And originally we weren't going to do anything during this time. We were just like everyone else, just hang out at the house and kind of wait to see what happens within the industry. And we got together and we said something needs to happen to kind of like help people out and make them excited about like the weekend again and make them excited about going to events again. So this is like a brainchild of like 10 of us. So
Will other users be able to interact with other users on like a chat feature or anything like that?
They will, but just because 2,100 people, it's going to be really hard to kind of moderate that on the right hand side of these premiere comments. So what we're trying to encourage is like if you bought tickets as a group of friends, for you guys to hop on a different Zoom call so you guys can see each other while premiering the video. Because ultimately, like you do want to see other strangers, but I mean you're here to do this with your friends too or your family. So if you have a different chance to like hop on that call or hop on that kind of website and then also go with us, then it kind of makes it like double interactive. Like, do you taste this beer? And then you're talking to your friends that you may not be at your house. Yeah.
So, how much do tickets cost right now for the
Um,
few that are still left?
I think the tickets just increased today to $35. And then
Okay.
if you want it, it's gonna be $45. That includes $10 shipping. And then yeah, I think like I said, I think after the weekend, maybe even like Saturday, I think it's gonna be sold out. So get your tickets soon.